that champion.
Ooh.
One day, I'll have to pass the torch to the next champion of Earth. Which of you will it be? Webby, Huey, Louie? Webby?
Rumble for Ragnarok is a fun episode and is more similar to, say, Quack Pack than anything else this season. So far, every episode has given us something for the bigger overall story, the eventual confrontation with Fowl, or something in regards to the world itself. Even Quack Pack has Goofy, Max, and by extension, presumably the entire Goof Troop universe being made into the canon, and of course Louie's 11 has the benefit of Daisy coming into the series. But here we might have our first actual proper filler episode for the season, and filler is usually just an episode designed to pad the season out. There's really nothing to add to canon, and the series usually drops something in to sort of help hey, this will play a role later on. Anime fans will know this is definitely something you see in Naruto or Bleach or One Piece, although Oda has sort of like low-key implied all of his filler is still canon, so there is no real filler in One Piece. But anyway, we're getting off the subject here. Astro Boy, for example, I think we'll see him play a bigger role later on. I don't think we'll see anyone from Ragnarok playing a bigger role here, especially in terms of in regards to Fowl. But Rumble is the first nothing to see here but good fun episode, and that's totally fine. This episode lends credence to this scene.
I have so many responsibilities throughout the year. My family, my business, secretly keeping the world-eating serpent Jormungandr at bay.
Which I love, that Scrooge is like this secret hero. There are things I do that you just have no idea of. And he teased this a bit with Gizmo Duck's first appearance. I can't be here all the time. I've got other stuff to do. Not just adventures, but, I've got to, stop the world from ending. You can at least protect the city. It's fun. But this is sort of more of a character event than, say, Quack Pack, where Quack Pack sort of low-key tacks on, Donald means well, but it's kind of terrible here. But Dewey is sort of at his most Dewey here, but it's not in a bad way. And Huey also has a problem too. They're both thrown out of their element, and it actually made for some really good television. And I was surprised to find that I actually enjoyed Dewey this episode. Normally, Dewey just sort of grates me as it comes off as a worse version of Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks and Drake from Drake and Josh. Here though, you see Dewey have to deal with being the wrestling role of heel, and he can't take it. He always sort of sees himself as the hero, the nice guy, Mr. Popular. Here, I don't think Dewey doesn't get that his popularity here would come from him being so unliked. He doesn't quite get that. And he's a 10-year-old kid who's dealing with a bunch of people booing at him. It just doesn't work out well for him. And of course, Huey, who isn't used to how different wrestling is from other sports, where the entertainment aspect of announcing and commentary is a bit more important than the actual, quote-unquote, just stating the fact. The wrestling theme itself, I felt, was great, though I kept going,
Riku! And it rhymes with doom! And you're gonna be hurting all too soon! Wrestling's fake.
And characters like Webby and Bingley really stole the show along with Launchpad. The whole thing is set to be a story in itself, with the wrestlers not just wrestling but creating a character to play, and it's all so much fun. In a lot of ways, we'll be seeing this hundreds of years later, the myth of how Ragnarok was stopped by Scrooge the Miser in a lot of ways. It's a fun concept to think about. Another great Dewey and Scrooge moment here, which used to be all over season 1, and it's nice to see it still here. Can't wait for the inevitable Scrooge and Huey moment, which I don't think they've really had since Mount Everest. I think this may definitely be my secret favorite thing about the show, Scrooge's interactions with the kids, and he plays off them better than anyone else, and it's something that I always love about the show. The fact that he brought the kids to the Rumble with the idea of passing this duty on to them, it speaks volumes. Though it was clear he already had someone in mind, probably Webby, for this particular mission. In a lot of ways, I wonder what Scrooge does have planned for the kids, and even Della and Donald. Though I would have loved a flashback with the two, with Della and Donald, which sort of proves to Scrooge that, they can't do this. They can't do this. A bit of the comics where Scrooge sort of makes it clear to us that the boys will inherit the fortune over Donald, Della, or even Gladstone, whose luck would be a great boon to his company. It sort of speaks to that, how much he sees himself in those four. And we saw this a bit in the pilot. Loves the potential of, loves what they can do. We saw him talk about it to Dewey in season 1. We saw him talk about it to Louie in season 2. And we already know how well Scrooge and Huey get along. Let's remember this scene here.
Mervanans survive under the sea, you ask? Well, Mervana was home to a mystical race of
Half man, half fish creatures. Their legs could turn to fins underwater,
allowing them to live on both land and sea.
Anyway, this was a fun episode. I wouldn't mind seeing more of an episode like this. You know, not every episode has to be strictly canon. Sometimes we can just have fun. But if I know Disney, this might be the last episode for a while. So anyway, we'll bring this video to a close. If you're new to the Debunking Tank, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out some other videos, and I'll catch you all later. This is the Debunking Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching. As always, may your fandom serve you well.